I'm Gwen Preston of Resource Maven. We're here in Toronto at the PDAC version of the Metals Investor Forum. And I'm joined right now by Leo Hathaway of Golden Shield. Thanks for being here.
Yep, you're welcome.
So Golden Shield is in Guyana. When we were chatting after your presentation, you made a comment to me that you kind of think that Guyana's maybe on the cusp of a bit more of an exploration boom than it has ever seen before. Do you want to talk about why it hasn't seen that much exploration before, and sort of why you think that is changing? What's changing it, and what evidence you're seeing of that?
Yeah, I think the reasons why it hasn't happened in recent times is probably threefold. Probably the lack of infrastructure in the country compared to other
like there just aren't roads to get around to all the places.
Yeah. And also the saprolite there makes it you have to find ways to see through that to the bedrock geology, which makes exploration a bit more complicated. Mm-hmm. And also Guyana's a small country. It only has 800,000 people in it, 300,000 in Georgetown. So, and the majority of the country is staked by Guyanese citizens. So you have to, in my experience, have somebody there who's Guyanese, who knows everybody, and who can do deals in Guyana. So, and we have that person, Hilbert Shields. So that's I think that's maybe some of the reasons. And maybe the other reasons also is just on the South American continents, other jurisdictions are getting less favorable to exploration. So, in terms of exploration dollars, there's more of a focus on in Guyana.
Fair enough. Okay, then, and what evidence are you seeing of how that's changing? I mean, now there's this infrastructure boom in Guyana, which is really interesting, and I'm not sure a lot of the world knows about this huge offshore oil discovery and like the insane amounts of money per capita, at least, that are flowing into Guyana. So there's that, and then what other evidence are you seeing, or why and how is this changing?
Well, I think the oil boom is definitely changing things because of the huge influx of income to the government, which they are putting into infrastructure, which is helping with exploration. And we're seeing that actually at our Marudi project, which is in the south. The Guyanese and the Brazilian government just authorized a large infrastructure project they're calling the Road to Brazil, that actually goes close by our Marudi project as it goes from Georgetown south to Brazil to give them access to Georgetown as a port. So you're seeing that, and you're seeing more companies come into the country as well. More juniors are putting out results, spending money there, and Barrick most recently opened an office there. So you've seen the first major come into the country.
So you guys already have 3 projects. I know with Hilbert, who's your Guyanese, you're one of your main Guyanese guys. You're also looking for more projects as this interest in Guyana increases. But the 3 projects you have, you like a lot. So let's just talk about one of them, Marudi Mountain. You have explored, I mean, you have a long history as an exploration geologist. You've looked all over the world. As a capture, why did you decide that Marudi Mountain was going to be the project that would finally bring Leo Hathaway into the junior world?
Well, I've been in the junior world.
Well, yes and no. Yes and no.
What Marudi Mountain has is, first of all, it has grade.
Mm-hmm.
Which and in the gold world, grade is king because you can survive low price cycles. So it has that, and it has that in a number of the prospects on the property that had been drilled. Most notably Mazoa Hill, which we've been drilling and growing. But there's a tendency to focus in when you get high grades like that. You have to focus in and just keep drilling because you can keep producing good results, which to an extent we feel as well, but we're being disciplined and working the rest of the property, which really hasn't seen much exploration. And that's the thing that, you're not seeing resources in the ground, but you have a good feeling when you see a high grade gold target with a resource, historic resource, and you see a lot of areas that look just like that haven't really been tested on the property. So that's kind of why we're excited about it.
And then that captures basically the plan for the next 12 months, which is a joint effort, right? Mazoa Hill is super interesting. You've understood the dip of this high grade sheet or body of mineralization. That's opened up some upside opportunity there. So you've got to keep, like you say, drilling that high grade that's known. But at the same time, you're advancing a bunch of other targets. And so you're going to be doing both of those things for the next 12 months.
Yeah, that's right. So we're doing that now. We're really pushing the surface exploration and taking our knowledge from Mazoa Hill and applying it elsewhere on the property. And then I think probably in September we'll be back drilling more step outs on Mazoa Hill. So yeah, it's keeping those two focuses at the same time that we're trying to do.
And what about the other two projects? Are you going to drill those this year? No pressure, but
yeah, well, we'd like to, or certainly if not this year, at the beginning of next year.
Sure.
We're just putting budgets and work programs together now. But there's at Arakaka, there's targets we could go and drill right now. But we want to make sure we're drilling the best one first. So we're just putting all that data together. And similarly at Fish Creek, there's probably a step of doing geophysics before we get to drill stage. So we're just lining all that up and budgeting, and that's what the proceeds of the current financing will be used for.
gotcha. Lots of balls in the air and lots of news to come out for the rest of the year.
Yep, that certainly is.
Thanks so much for being here.
You're welcome.